All right, I am joined now by Mr. Ed Cruz. He was instrumental in putting together the absolutely beautiful, emotional, stirring 9/11 memorial that you see behind Ed in the virtual background there. But Ed, as we are gathered today to celebrate and remember the 20th anniversary of 9/11, when you and your colleagues were putting this memorial together, what were you thinking in terms of imagery and in terms of how exactly to memorialize that day and what it means to us as Americans?
Well, let me tell you, Jason. I erected this monument in 2002, actually, and that was the plan was basically just a laddie stone with the Rotary logo and a dove right on the tip of that laddie stone, and that was it. That was basically the monument. And as years go by, I mean, we erected it on September 11th on 2002, which was a good time because there was, I mean, we had over 100 people that attended that ceremony of the groundbreaking. But it was
I
very
was there too.
momentum because a lot of you were there on that time, huh?
Yes,
So
sir.
let me tell you, Madeline Badali was one of the present VIPs that were there. So she was there with all the Red Cross helpers that were all there, and as well as the admiral and the governor. So it made us. It's making its way. It's 20 years now, and I tell you, I was. This is going to be my second term as a president. So 20 years ago, I erected it. Now I'm still celebrating this peace memorial, which I'm very proud of because I didn't make one of the decisions that made me erect this monument was not only that to promote peace in Guam, but also to everything, to our leaders, to the community, to the government, everything. Everybody. We need that tranquility, and we need some help to try to work things out. There's a group called NAFA which makes things up. So we need to have something more than just what we have in a daily basis.
Can you tell me, Ed, about some of the choice in materials that you use? Because obviously, a memorial and a monument of this significance to our people, both as Guamanians and Americans and everything, it's built to last, as our memories always will, and everything like that. So the granite really stands out, both I guess in terms of the survivability and in the visual impact it makes. So what were some of your decisions on what materials to use when you built it?
Well, when we first erected, and then as years go by, the different presidents started adding in a lot of things, and that's when we came up with having Centenati and architects made a small little design drawing, and we all came back and said, hey, we want to do this. We want to put the Twin Towers in remembrance because Jason, 1,300 people perished in that time. They died, and we're all Americans. I mean, we hold a U.S. passport, so we need to all be. I mean, as Chamorros, we get to feel every pain that other people do too. So we felt that having the Twin Towers, and then our pillar is basically the laddie stone. So we gotta put the laddie stone in there. But everything was brought in by throughout the architect recommendation made in, actually, because we had to have it engraved, it was done all in the Philippines. And when this was designed, it gave us an opportunity to work with other people to put it together. But we have to add all the elements, right? You got the Twin Towers, you got the Guam, which is the laddie stone. We got to have laddie stone. And of course, having the dove. If you notice in the middle of this monument, we have that dove for peace.
Right over your right shoulder there.
Yeah, and then the Pentagon. The Pentagon is that red little, octagon that's right there, and then we had the Pentagon. The funny thing about it, because everybody was just all talking about Pennsylvania, where it is. I said, well, it's the different etched trees that were all in the granite. So.
Well, let me ask you, Ed, a final question as we wrap up. you've obviously thought about, the construction of this, the symbolism behind it and everything. You've probably thought about it a million times. You've seen it a million times and everything. But even to this day, so many years later, and especially with the event that it commemorates and everything like that, what does it still mean to you as an American when you see that symbol standing today?
Well, I have to say that my heart still, especially on the day of this 9/11, once we sound our sirens, Jason, I tell you, we can feel all those families and everyone that perished in that time. It's kind of, it touches everybody, and people need to understand that peace is very much needed in the world today. I mean, everyone needs that, and we need to pass that on. We don't, even our kids, our grandkids are needing this right now, especially with this 20th century and all these different technologies. It changes the world. So, we look at where we are right now with this pandemic.
Well, Ed,
Peace is
thank you.
very important.
Well, I thank you, on behalf of all Guamanians for, giving your talents and obviously, like, a lot of your spirit and your pride as an American to remember the lives lost on that day with the beautiful memorial up there at Two Lovers Point. So, Sizos Masiet.
Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you,
Thank you.
KUAM.
Thank you very much.